Hello, my name is Richard. I'm not used to doing this sort of thing, so I hope you'll bear with me. This is the third of our reflections for Lent. Once upon a time, when I was a very little boy, I used to play cowboys and Indians in the local woods near my home in Bideford. It was very primitive stuff like hide and seek, but with cap pistols and bows and arrows. But with lots of shouting and laughing and plenty of fun. And of course, when you're found out, maybe you've been hiding behind a tree, you have no choice but to surrender. And that's the theme of our thoughts this week. We're looking in Acts, and in chapter 16, that pioneer Christian to the non-Jews, Paul, went with his companions, Silas and Timothy, around the towns and villages of Derbe and Lystra, which is in modern Turkey, and where they had been in the previous years on his first journey. They travelled eastwards, with the Holy Spirit doing something very strange and powerful in their lives. They wanted to go into the surrounding regions of Phrygia and Galatia, but the Holy Spirit prevented them from doing so. How strange. So they travelled onwards to the coast and arrived at the port of Troas with the Aegean Sea before them. What were they going to do? The Spirit of God was causing them to surrender to his leading. I wonder how often we are in tune with the Holy Spirit so much that we have to resist doing something that we might more naturally carry out, or that he clearly directs us in a different and unusual way. I have to admit that I'm not the sort of person who will sit down and wait on the Lord for hours and hours about the direction my life should take. And yet there have been times when I've struggled in my life, and particularly in my ministry, when I realized that I had to stop and change and go about things in a different way instead of just pushing on. I had to realize that the answer from the Lord was no, and I surrendered to that prompting. Coming to a point of surrender can be hard, but if the Lord is in it, then I can testify that he opens up new ways and new opportunities, just like he was going to do with Paul and his friends. So check in tomorrow for the next exciting installment.